What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Unspecified Podcast, guys. Breaking news, okay? Stuff we want you to be aware of. We just want to hang out real quick, go over some of the stuff that has come out today. A lot has come out today. And what is up? Dopey Dude, Rebel Ghost, James Wayne. What is up, everybody? All right, well, we got a lot to get into. A lot to get into. A couple of topics that we're wanting to touch on. And I guess we'll just start here. Okay, right in our face here. Okay. Breaking. And we're going to get back to this later. Okay, so just hang on with us. We got some stuff we're going to run to, and then we're going to come back through this specific topic. The United States military is actively preparing for the possibility of a prolonged, sustained military campaign against Iran that could last several weeks if President Donald Trump ultimately orders a strike, according to senior officials. Okay. So how's everybody doing? Edward, good to see you, man. Mrs. Unspecified. Hey. She's right here. Anyhoozle. Let's see here. Then get into it already. I know, right? What's everybody waiting for around here? We got some other stuff. FAA orders all U.S. airlines to certify they are conducting merit-based hiring for pilots or face federal investigation. That's from Reuters. Okay, and then somebody put a cheeky AI image here. Okay, I don't know if anybody is Anyway, let's see. All right, let's do a quick check-in on New York. Mob of leftists in New York City attempt to block ICE vehicles with barriers and trash cans. NYPD can be seen cuffing a few. Let's check this out. Oh, Lord. There we go. Boom.
Now we know. I'm gonna send that name for guys. Oh, you guys come this way. This whole group has to get on the sidewalk. We're all under arrest. Let's go. Hold everyone.
Let's go. All of this coming hot on the heels of Jake Lang talking about making an appearance in New York. What was that, Saturday, March 7th? Yep. Okay. And, I think what I think about that, okay, but I think that New York might be a place to watch. And if predictive programming and movies and media have told us anything, I mean, New York is, it's one of those places. And if you don't know what I mean, let's check this out here. Let's check and see how the infrastructure's doing. How's it doing, period, okay?
Fentanyl and crack pipes for sale in Zoran Mamdani's, New York City. Warned you. Look, encampments allowed, so they're drug dealers. All tolerance, That's the name of the game.
And it's kind of along the same lines of what they're doing all across everywhere, getting everyone to accept less, being okay with less. I promise, free buses, I promise. And then it's like, well, dude, so they go up on dystopian control measures and they do less. So they don't, people's cars are blocked in the snow. New York is like, is that, it seems like they want you to accept less and less.
Unless it's trash and then more.
Unless it's trash and they want you to accept more and more, You get what I mean?
Look at this. Wake up. Democrats, socialists suck. Fentanyl and crack pipes for sale in Zoran Mamdani's.
So that's crazy. They've got this little hut and they can keep a little heater in there, a little gas heater, and sell their that's just insane. And there are multiple of them. Okay.
Oh my God.
And so it's, instead of ice fishing, it's like it's sad, really. It's sad. Dark Woods, what's up? I just want to point out about these school walkouts. That's what we're going to be getting into here in a minute. That's crazy that you bring that up. You're right on it, man. I have a little bit of news in Minneapolis that I want to touch on real quick. Fox News reporter. This is from Fox News here.
Hi, Dana. Yeah, those 5 people who were federally indicted, accused of storming this church with anti-ICE agitators, are going to be arraigned this afternoon. DHS says 3 of those people were the ringleaders, accusing them of planning the riot. Now they are charged with conspiracy to deprive rights, a federal crime. One of them right here, William Kelly, was on camera saying this.
As you can see, all these pretend Christians, all these comfortable white people who are living lavish, comfortable lives while children are dragged into concentration camps.
Well, last month, agitators shouted at churchgoers there in the middle of services. Protesters targeted this church because one of the pastors works for ICE. Former CNN anchor Don Lemon, who was live streaming, is also going to be arraigned today. He said he was covering this as a journalist, but prosecutors say he knowingly joined the mob.
Yeah, it's very also telling that you see these. I'm just look, the woke farmer dude is connected to a very small inner circle, in my opinion, of paid agitators. Okay, I mean, call it what you want. Okay, and that I'm calling it like I see it. Okay, the Jolly Ginger. I'm not going to sit here and name. There's a rat pack of them, if you will. Okay, and how you would know to be at the same church as Don Lemon on that day and expect that there isn't some kind of secret inner circle commingling happening, okay, is an insult to intellectual intelligence. Okay, they think you're dumb. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Or they think someone's dumb. Okay, am I wrong?
No, you're right. Doesn't he have a farm to tend to?
Right. What is the point of being called the woke farmer? That is such a good point. Doesn't he have a farm to tend to? Well, look, he's farming something, and it ain't animals. It ain't nothing. It's views and clicks and hoots and hollers. Okay. I have some more scenes from this situation here that happened at I forget, was it the what courthouse was this? They were being arraigned. But this is what they were doing outside. Watch as anti-ICE protesters are outside Don Lemon's federal arraignment as they wave the dongs. Everybody, I'm sorry. Okay. The rubber rebellion is not over. The rubber rebellion continues. It lives on.
That was just Don's moral high.
Oh, this is to keep Don's morale high. Seriously, we're supposed to take this seriously. Protect.
I saw you at the protest this weekend, Grandma. Were you waving that rubber thingy?
Gross.
This is Donald Trump against the floppy.
But look at this. Okay, the first comment. Wait a minute. Is that the Karen that was calling the police? This is uncanny to this lady here. Okay. Let's see here. Speaking of the woke farmer, the Burke farmer. Okay, we know what he's farming. Okay, the woke farmer. Oh my gosh. Listen to this.
My name is William Kelly. I'm a combat veteran. I'm a patriot. I'm a lover of the Constitution. I'm an ally to my Black, Latino, and indigenous people.
You know what I told my son? I said, you see anybody's hat flopping like that? You know you can't trust him right away. Right away, you already know you can't trust this fellow. Listen to him. Watch his hat.
I will not stand here and be intimidated by Pam Bondi on her persecution of these patriots, of these freedom fighters, of these journalists who are brave enough to document what we're doing in this city. What is happening in Minnesota is a resistance against tyranny, a resistance against fascism. And the absurdity of us being right here, right now, the peaceful 9 being persecuted, while the murderers and the executioners of Alex Petty and Renee Good walk free, not only walk free, but are still working for the federal government.
This boy is on one. Okay. All right. This boy right here.
Do you know how do you know how fast he has to be, or how much he has to be vibrating to make that hat move like that?
That's what I mean by he's on one. Okay. He's on one to be mustering that up. And I mean, goodness gracious, he's going to blow a valve.
This is madness. It's time to wake up, Americans. It's time to get off your couches and stand with your brothers and sisters in solidarity. All power to all the people.
I'm sorry. Oh no. Okay. All right. So, Darkwoods, dude, you nailed it. You're on it. Look. Okay. The schools, guys. All right. This is earlier from Baltimore. Is that correct? Youths in Baltimore have taken over major streets in the city under the guise of anti-ICE activism. I'm also seeing some reports that I can't bring on this show and show you. Of fights, you know, because it's youths and it's violence. I can't bring it here, but if you go over to my X at Still Unspecific, we share stuff that we can't share here in these videos or these live streams, and you can be you can be with us on it. Let's see. Look at this. Now, look, I don't know where you're at on this. Okay, I'm going to play it. This gives me the most evil vibe. The kids aren't evil, but using the kids, okay, in this way, there's something so sinister and dark about this on its face. Tell me you see it too. I'm not the only one. You know what I'm saying? Like there's something sinister about using the kids, making them feel like, you know what? We're just teaching them actually in school time to take up others' cause as a way to avoid their own responsibilities and anxieties. Okay. That's what you're teaching them. That's what this school time is being used for, taxpayer dollars. Okay. I mean, come on. Is that giving anybody else the same vibes? I'm going to let y'all stew with that. Kaylin, Sister Fist, good to see you. Welcome in. And what is up to all the lurkers out there? Much love to the workers. Let's see. They get away with this in the city limits in a blue county. This won't slide in a small town out in the country. And Ty, my brother, what is up? What is up? Good to see you. Welcome in. But look, okay, and then the behavior is the other thing that we can check signs for spelling and grammar, right? There are other things we can observe, right? Okay, so this is Baltimore. Okay, let's back out of this. All right, we'll head over here. This is Washington, and I won't embarrass myself by saying that. Okay, I'm gonna try. Enumclaw, come on, help me out. Enumclaw, Washington. Actually, it's a very strong sounding name. Okay, Enumclaw, Washington. Another school walkout. Just observe the behavior. Okay, the heart is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, for them, especially just standing there.
Ryan, my brother, what's up? Good to see you. Ryan Hughes, HVAC. Welcome, brother. Welcome in. Good to see you. Privileged is spelled wrong. I mean, I think you guys are picking up what I'm putting down here. We're seeing certain characters in the crowd using the kids, manipulating them in their learning time.
Hey, bitch, you want to come up on that? These people? Oh, hell no.
Hey, you want to sit there and learn about stuff for your betterment, or would you rather go and burn it down? They love that. We can burn down the system. We can go ahead and do that. That'll make my grades not matter. You know? Then what will my mom think? You know what I mean?
Imagine you get a notification from a friend like, hey, I saw your kid. They came up to my car, in the middle of the road during school hours.
Unreal, dude.
You want me to call the police? I will.
Wow, look at the size of the knot. Look at that knot. I mean, right by his temple. That ain't too far away. Okay. And look at his sweater. It doesn't even look like he's against them. Was he just attacked because he was white? Does anybody even know why this guy got attacked? Anyway, all right, we'll move on. We got some more school stuff to get into here. Let's back out of this, and we'll head on over to this. Now, Lord help me. Let's see. This is video of the girl that punched Danny Rebel 333. Okay, the previous fellow that we just saw. So I guess this is a continuation of that same. Okay, so from this scene, we go over here. All right. Watch as multiple students from the high school fight and shove the police as they try and stop the arrest. So they're going to arrest the girl that assaulted Danny Rebel. Okay, this account here. Hey, Cheryl, what's up? Welcome in. Welcome in. Good to have you. Look at her crying.
Well, yeah, her parents are going to find out now.
I mean, a second ago, you were so big and bad. And now, an ounce of consequence. And this is your face.
We didn't do anything.
What the fuck is wrong with you people?
And this is our hope. This is our future. Okay. This is, you see what I'm saying? You get what, okay. These kids have an uphill battle, and this is where a lot of them are. Easily manipulated. Okay. I'm taking a second of brevity to think. And I'm processing here. Okay. Timmy, good to see you, dude. Good to see you.
Tough till cuff.
Tough till cuff. Dude, I don't know. That might be the chat of the night right there. Tough till cuffed. That's a good one, dude. I'm extrapolating. I'm thinking. Okay. And I'm not gonna bore you guys with it.
Y'all are fucking stupid. What the fuck do people do? Keep recording, nigga. Keep recording.
Is that supposed to be a high schooler?
Fucking illegal. What the fuck? Yeah, this bitch. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck is wrong with you people? Keep on walking the car, bro. Move, bro. I ain't got no fucking car. Move. You just want to lay my hands on you. Move. What the fuck is wrong with you? They're people.
We know they're people. You know, there's law, as there's way things have to go. You know?
Fucking people! Y'all fucking disgusting, dude! Y'all disgusting!
Can I use the microphone?
Take it, bro. Take it.
How do I use it?
Deploribus Rex. He said serial killers are people. Oh my gosh. Dude, good to see you, Deploribus. Good to see you, man. Cheryl, you're so right. I think you're picking up what I'm putting down. I think the theme of tonight's video is pray for your country. Pray for your nation. Because this is a lot right here. I think what we can extrapolate out of that is we're in it. We're in some trouble.
You guys are kids! You guys are fucking kids! You guys stand for the fuck you!
That's exactly right. Deploribus, this is all getting a bit too National Geographic. I mean, it shouldn't be that close, spot on, should it? Shouldn't be that way, should it?
I'm surprised she didn't go to jail for trying to shove herself in there.
I wanted to!
You don't want to go to jail.
Okay. All right. So we have a misinformed, misguided. That's what I'm talking about. If you see this figure right here, that's one of the people that I saw in the other video, the initial assault to Danny Rebel. You know, you see this kind of influence in the crowd. You see this kind of influence among the youth. And that also prompts pray for you see this person here, this person on the right, you know, pray for this nation, especially the children of this nation. I have a clip that's so powerful later on. You just wait. Okay. You just wait till you see it. Okay. Some stats, some statistics. So from this point, all right, we've seen from the high schoolers, we've seen from the high school kids, and this isn't even a fraction of what I could show you. There are kids in school recording themselves. If they so much as speak against the narrative, they are met with violence in the school. Okay. And I'm talking about student versus student. And then it's like they can't get help from the teachers because they're against the narrative. I can't show these videos because, you know, they involve children and violence. But anyway, let's check on the colleges then, huh? Let's check on the colleges. We're going to go to Point Park University in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Okay, one of the most America places you can get. They're supposed to. Okay. Let's check this out.
Do you feel like you're meeting the same kind of people? Like you're not really meeting a diverse group of people?
So this is a conservative voice surrounded by the tolerant left. And just wait till you hear how racist the tolerant left is.
I met all you guys.
Yeah, but I mean,
We're not joining this.
like people who are joining, I mean.
Hey. Do you want the cops called?
I do.
Okay. You committing the crime on video.
Here, I got yours. Don't catch it, bitch.
Want to say anything to the cops?
Look at this. I would say look at this fella, but I'll be honest. I'll let you tell me. You tell me what do you think that is? Okay, got the spikes around the necks. Look at this, the metal in the face. Watch out around the MRI or the CAT scan machine or whatever, you know. Okay, I mean, you're supposed to suck air through that nose. You can suck air through that nose.
How about when you chased down a student and recorded them?
We don't have the sidewalk. We don't own the sidewalk.
This is the sidewalk. This is the school. The school built this. The city built this. That is private. This is public.
Where he's at is completely legal.
The school built this.
I'm sorry you don't like it, but where he's at is
I'm
completely
sorry
legal.
you're a Republican piece of shit.
What do you
Well,
want
I know tuition paying you.
They can't do shit. They're just dick riders as well. They don't.
Why do you think we're in a place to
Who's not causing? Who's disturbing the peace?
Him!
Him or
He
you?
literally chased down a student earlier.
I mean, people.
I'm just
I
asking.
don't think the general public of Point Park actually wants to keep people.
Okay,
We
but
don't.
So if you're saying who's disturbing the peace,
I'm just asking. Like you said, that
this
someone,
is disturbing
you
my
said someone was
peace.
disturbing.
So
Yes, he's disturbing the peace.
By doing what?
by to
He
be honest,
literally,
being
he
fair,
literally told me that gay people should not take me together.
Okay.
He's talking ill truths. He's harassing. He's harassing. He also chased down his student. He recorded it.
Yeah.
We'll fight for the gospel. We'll honor his name.
Do you think Charlie Kirk would watch gay porn?
No.
What about tranny?
Why do you ask?
He seems like the cut together. You know?
Okay.
Because, like, yeah.
Yeah, record me, because you know how fucking stupid you look.
What is this? Deploramus, help me out here. Okay, Nan, what's up? Good to see you. You're so right. That is such a good call out. Faking disability. You saw the crutches doing the 100-yard dash. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, you need those crutches, right? That good catch. Good catch.
Hey, be careful with that. If I saw you doing that, they might shoot you dead in the street. Oh, you're right. Yeah, maybe I should be careful with my camera.
You ain't blind.
Maybe I should
You
be
ain't
careful with my
blind.
camera.
You're not safe like me.
Now listen to that fella right there. Okay, I'm going to back it up. Listen to that fella in the green right here with the long hair.
You're right. Yeah, maybe I should be careful with my camera.
You ain't blind.
Maybe I should
You
be
ain't
careful with my
blind.
camera.
You're not safe like me.
What are you saying?
Safe from me. You're not. You're not fair skinned and fair haired enough.
What did he just say?
You're not fair skinned and fair haired enough.
Okay. The tolerant left. Waging racist threats. Okay.
Don't come back! Don't come back! Don't come back! Last rhythm! Last rhythm!
Here. I have a contact form so we can let you know what we're doing. Things like that.
A cap! A cap! A cap! A cap!
Yeah.
A cap! A cap! A cap! A cap! A cap! A cap!
Any conversations with anybody, or is it just?
Well, it started out as a conversation, and then it's just grown into this.
So we are 100%
School built
I'm sorry you don't like.
dealing with, you know, you might call it a spiritual problem, a spiritual warfare, a mind virus. Okay. We absolutely are dealing with a mind virus. And what this is showing is it's spreading. Okay. Washington, Minneapolis, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Baltimore, it just keeps going. I mean, it's spreading. They're taking advantage of the youth. Clearly. Okay, and also it is from this point that the show is going to turn and take a look at we're going to be zooming out from this point. If you remember the article in dealing with Iran, okay, we're going to switch gears here, and we're going to get out of this, take a little break, and we're gonna switch over here to Marco Rubio. And basically, he's just going to come right out and say it.
The world is changing very fast right in front of us.
The old world is gone, frankly, the world I grew up in, and we live in a new era in geopolitics, and it's going to require all of us to sort of re-examine what that looks like and what our role is going to be. And we've had many of these conversations in private with many of our allies, and they are our allies, and we need to continue to have those conversations, and I think Saturday, hopefully, and the meetings we'll have there will move us in that direction. The world is changing very fast right in front of us. The old world is gone, frankly, the world I grew up in, and we live in a new era in geopolitics.
I think that sort of sets the tone, you know? I mean, what else? I mean, come on. That really sets the tone. Let's see here. The old world is gone. And this is, look, the world you were born in no longer exists. This was a meme. And now all of a sudden, you know, I mean, not to doom pill or anything, you know, the world you were born in no longer exists, and it's being, you know, they're saying as much. All right, back to this, if you remember. The United States military is actively preparing for the possibility of a prolonged, sustained military campaign against Iran that could last several weeks if President Donald Trump ultimately orders a strike, according to senior officials. And, you know, a lot of people are like, well, I guess we've got our popcorn. This is an interesting quote. There will be no veterans of World War III. Interesting. Interesting quote. Yeah, that's exactly right. Popcorn. So I hope you're subscribed. I hope you ring that notification bell and stay with us, because we're going to be covering all sorts of events moving forward. Welcome to Unspecified Podcast, a community watching history unfold together. Let's see what Lindsey Graham said. This was earlier today.
Here's what I believe. They're the weakest they've been since 1979. It is a regime with American blood on.
This is specifically in reference to Iran. Patriot lady. Hey, better late than never, you know. Good to see you. Good to see you. Happy you're here.
It is a great disruptor.
Good to see you, Brew.
Of the region. It's a religious theocracy that if they could get a nuclear weapon, they would use it to advance their religious goals, which are three: purify Islam, destroy the Jewish state, and come after us. Hitler wrote a book. He wanted to kill all the Jews. Nobody believed him. I believe the Ayatollah and his regime, not the Iranian people, are religious fanatics, religious Nazis. Hitler wanted a master race. They want a master religion. So why do I mention that? There's no negotiating with these people, in my view. They're hell-bent on enacting agenda based on religion that teaches them to lie, teaches them to destroy in the name of God. So President Trump said something that's going to be the best thing he ever said, or maybe the worst thing he ever said. When asked, what should the protesters do? Keep protesting. Now, that came from a man who genuinely believed that. That wasn't a calculated response. Ronald Reagan went to the Berlin Wall, and we still talk about it. He didn't say, do you mind lowering it? He said, tear it down. He was clear. He was concise. So President Trump gave an answer, keep protesting, help is on the way. And a couple of days later, he said, it's time for new leadership in Iran, because the Ayatollah and his crowd, they're bad guys, they're terrible guys. You put all three of those statements together, then what do you have? You have a president standing with the people. What do the people want? They want the oppression to end. They want to start over with a new Iran. So here's what I would say.
Are you backing regime change?
Yeah, totally. If you're not, you're crazy.
Military regime change.
Yeah. I'm backing the people who want a country they can live in without having their daughter killed because she.
But I'm trying to figure out, because there's a huge flotilla in the Arabian Sea that President Trump is using as a negotiating tactic. He's just said, as you heard me say, that he would prefer negotiating.
I prefer negotiation too. But let me finish my thought.
Okay.
If we back out now, it'll be the biggest mistake we've made, far worse than the Syrian red line, far worse than Afghanistan. You can't say keep protesting. We got you back. Help's on the way. And nothing happened. That's why I am confident that President Trump will get an outcome consistent with those three statements through diplomacy or military force. Let me just say this. Any deal about Iran has to come to the Senate. I'm not going to bless a bad deal. They're not out in the street because of limiting the nuclear ambitions of the Ayatollah. They're out in the street because life is miserable. People can't have a decent quality life. They live in fear, and most Iranians have had it. They'd like a new start.
President Trump spoke earlier today. This is a little bit of what he had to say.
So you just had very good financial numbers, very low inflation. We brought costs way down, and the numbers were surprising, except to me, they weren't surprising. So the inflation numbers that just announced, as you know, are way down, and we have it back in track. We had the worst inflation in the history of our country, and now we have very modest inflation, which is what you want to have.
Are you anticipating, President, why hasn't the FBI taken over the Nancy Guthrie case as the lead investigator? Do you have any updates on how that's going?
Well, they took it over originally. You know, it was a local case originally, and they didn't want to let go of it, which is fine. It's up to them. It's really up to the community. But ultimately, when the FBI got involved, I think, progress has been made.
Are you anticipating cutting a deal with Democrats to end the potential shutdown for DA?
We'll see what happens. President Trump, you always have to protect our law enforcement. Very important. They've done a great job. Remember, they've taken out.
And I know it's so easy to tune this kind of stuff out. At least it is for me. But there is so much packed into this. It's big. It's big. Okay.
Hundreds of thousands of criminals out of our country. And we have the best crime numbers we've ever had. And everywhere. Murder numbers, crime numbers of any kind. We have the best numbers. We've taken out hundreds of thousands of criminals out of our country. We have to protect our law enforcement. What about it? Don't worry about it.
He straight up just asked. Okay, let me see if I can find it here. Hold on, everybody. This guy just asked him. He's talking about a strike on Mexico, Colombia, and Venezuela. And Trump says, don't worry about it.
What about it? Don't worry about it.
Do you still have a veto on Nouri al-Maliki to become the Iraqi prime minister?
We're looking at a prime minister. We're going to see what's going to happen. We've got some ideas on it. But in the end, everybody needs the U.S. Everybody needs it.
Are you planning to hold anyone accountable for the shutdown in El Paso? The second aircraft carrier that you decided to send?
All right, this is the question where she asks about sending the second aircraft carrier off the coast of Iran. Okay.
For the shutdown in El Paso, the second aircraft carrier that you decided to send. Talk about why you made that choice.
Well, in case we don't make a deal, we'll need it.
So in case we don't make a deal, we'll need that second aircraft carrier. And if Venezuela is any sort of example, that's big talk, folks. That's big talk.
If we don't have a deal, we'll need it. If we have a deal, we fix the president. It'll be leaving very soon. We have one out there that just arrived. If we need it, we have it ready. A very big force.
Any progress in Ukraine negotiations is nearly done, unless you have to hold elections before summer?
Well, Zelensky's going to have to get moving. Russia wants
More big words. Okay. Zelensky's going to have to get moving.
to make a deal, and Zelensky's going to have to get moving. Otherwise, he's going to miss a great opportunity. He has to move.
Russia wants to make a deal. Zelensky's going to have to get moving. Okay, so we're starting to see the world stage heating up like a hibachi. Okay, and we're starting to see the chicken and the meat getting tossed around here. It's getting shook up. We're shaking up. February 24th is when, right.
Have to get moving, otherwise he's going to miss a great opportunity. He has to move.
Mr. President, you're going to hold everybody accountable for El Paso? President, are you personally involved in these negotiations that are DHS funding? Is there any need for compromise?
Well, I will, but you have to remember, if you look at Homeland Security, if you look at what they've done, if you look at what ICE has done and Border Patrol, we have the safest border in the history of our country. Nobody comes in other than if they come in legally. If you remember, just a little while ago, a year and a half ago, for a 4-year period, they allowed 25 million people in our country. Many of these people are murderers and drug dealers. A horrible thing. We've gotten a lot of them out. We now have the best records in the history of our country on crime. It was just announced our crime numbers are the best in 125 years. So I am here to protect law enforcement and our great police and ICE and Border Patrol and everybody. I'm here to protect them because they're protecting us. And the job they've done is incredible.
Do you believe Prime Minister Netanyahu will receive a pardon?
I do think so, yeah.
Will Prime Minister of Israel receive a pardon? Yes, he believes he will.
Are you confident in Christian known, Mr. President?
Yeah, I do.
Are you
We have safe borders. We have low crime numbers. Yeah.
Good to see you, Golf. That's exactly right. Trump is chaotic, but it's way better than if Kamala won, rather. Not to be arrogant, but I know more about Russia than anyone else here, and to trust Putin is the worst thing America could ever do, believe me. I mean, especially if you know anything about his background, right? Yeah. If Kamala won, we'd be speaking Somalian. Oh, man. At least he takes time to answer the questions. That's so true. At least he's competent enough to answer the questions.
You mean the way it happened? Yeah.
And if you don't know, there was like, help me out here. The El Paso situation. There was like a restricted airspace. I don't have enough of the, out of the blue, there was a restricted airspace. And it does seem like he doesn't necessarily want to talk about that too much right now. And I'm sure it's for national security. But how many things could be happening in El Paso to require them to shut down the airways, shut down all air traffic? Let me that up. Shut. The recent airspace shutdown over El Paso was a temporary measure imposed by FAA due to concerns about potential drone incursions related to military technology testing. Right. It's always testing. The restrictions were lifted within 11 hours, but not before causing significant flight cancellations and delays. Okay, I just wanted to touch in on that a little bit. Let's see here.
People learn. People learn. Well, I think Greenland's going to want us, but we get along very well with Europe. We'll see how it all works out. We're negotiating right now for Greenland.
Do you think the cartels are at all involved in Nancy Guthrie's case, or another nation state potentially?
You can't say that yet, but it's somebody either do what they were doing very well, or they were rank amateurs. Either way, it's not a good situation.
Do you think Sean Duffy should be held accountable?
I'll have great relationship with them. If it wasn't for me, they'd be paying 2% and not paying. Instead, they're paying 5% and they're paying. We have a very good relationship with NATO.
Mr. President, how confident are you that our negotiations with Iran will be successful?
I think they'll be successful, and if they're not, it's going to be a bad day for Iran. Very bad.
All right. Well, I think that's about the end of that. The clip kind of gets a little harder to hear. But something real quick. I mean, he just said this. Greenland doesn't want Europe controlling them anymore.
Well, I think Greenland's going to want us, but we get along very well with Europe. We'll see how it all works out. We're negotiating right now for Greenland.
I mean, what are your thoughts about that, guys? Are y'all excited about that? You just sitting and wait and just see what happens? Or, I mean, you know, let's mind game it. I mean, you know, say we get Greenland, okay? You know, there's an image that I've seen where, you know, there's a U.S. flag on Greenland. There's a U.S. flag on Alaska. There's a U.S. flag on the lower 48. And it's just kind of this, you know, triangle of awesome. You know what I mean? And it's like, I mean, come on. So a bunch of people moved to Alaska. How many Americans are going to go to Greenland? I'm kind of tempted. I'm not going to lie. I'm excited about it. Okay. So, Genesis says, Genesis, good to see you. She says, not according to my cousin, they don't want Trump. Let's see. We need Greenland and NATO is there now. We don't take Greenland, China, or Russia will. I totally agree. I can't stand Putin. I see deceivedness in Putin's eyes. Interesting. He's from the White House are the best. Speaking of that. Let's see. Also, these are some remarks that we missed in the other video here.
They've already started.
Do you want regime change in Iran?
Do you want regime change in Iran?
Well, it seems like that would be the best thing that could happen. For 47 years, they've been talking and talking and talking. In the meantime, we've lost a lot of lives while they talk, and legs blown off, arms blown off, faces blown off. It's been going on for a long time. So let's see what happens. In the meantime, we have tremendous power has arrived, and additional power, as you know, another carrier is going out.
So we're hearing a lot of brewing. You know, it's heating up. Can we agree on that? Okay. All while these remarks made by the beast standing, the beast right behind the president. And I know a lot of people's ears are cringing and they're like, beast, what are you talking about? Those two vehicles behind him. Look how thick the doors are on that thing. Guys, if you only knew what those things could withstand, okay? And there's two of them. Look, or is there only one beast? I don't know. Looks like there's two, okay? I'm always a little impressed or, yeah, I guess that's the right word, okay? I'm a car guy, okay, also on the side. All right, and the beast, okay? That's the name of his armored presidential carrier, okay? Anyway, I'll move on. I'll shut up. I nerd out easily. Anti, my man. Concerning the market on seal meat in Greenland now. I will give you yours at cost. No babies. Mrs. Unspecified said, no babies. There's two of everything. Oh, man, those beasts are cool, dude. I'm sorry. They're cool. I watched a little documentary on them, and apparently they are stout, my friend. Okay. And even some, what you may call, what are those, the magazines that no one believes? Tabloids. I saw some tabloid videos, okay, that basically were saying, I mean, look, okay, we're going to get woo-woo real quick about some direct energy weapons. Apparently, these things can even withstand direct energy weapons, okay? It's supposed to be some crazy stuff going on with the beast. It's a whole, and oh, no, what's the thing I heard? Okay, look this up in your free time for those of you who have free time to look up stupid stuff. Apparently, there is this. I wish I had a video of it. There is this technology they have where essentially they can use directed energy weapons. This has gone off the rails already. Look, I saw a video of a Humvee with some kind of defense mechanism on it, and when it detects if an RPG is headed towards it, and it will cut the RPG in half and stop it from hitting the vehicle or detonating. You just got to see the video. Just keyword search. Humvee cuts RPG with some kind of cool defense device. It's really cool. It's the only reason I'm talking about it. Okay, obviously. Anyway, all right. This just in. Puerto Rico governor signs law recognizing unborn babies as human beings. I think that's important. I'm putting that out there because that's a topic we're going to need to get into here in a little bit. Let's see. This is Trump on Venezuela. Talking about crazy technology, guys. Okay, we're talking about discombobulators and stuff.
Unbelievable operation, but that was a smaller operation. But it was so precise, so incredible. Nobody thought a thing like that could happen. They even talk about the discombobulator because they never got a shot off. The Russian equipment didn't work. The Chinese equipment didn't work. Everyone's trying to figure out why it didn't work. Someday you're going to find out. But it didn't work. It's nice when you can fly in and not get shot at. Unbelievable operation, but that was a smaller operation. But it was so precise, so incredible. Nobody thought.
And so we have the example of Venezuela, okay? And whether or not you want to call me woo-woo for thinking they use discombobulators, okay? You know what I'm talking about if you know what I'm talking about, okay? The frequency stuff. Apparently nobody got a shot off. You see what I'm saying? The Russian equipment didn't work, okay? They got some stuff up their sleeve, okay? On top of some bad-to-the-bone operators who hit the ground running. These boys will come down out of a helicopter upside down on a rope, okay? Between Delta and the Navy SEALs and the Rangers, we have the best, highest, most athletic warriors on the face of the planet Earth, okay? And it just reminds me of a Bible verse, okay? And it may not be in the way that you think, okay? It reminds me of a verse that says, who can make war with the beast? And what's the name of our president's vehicle? I don't know. I have no. Hey, I'm moving on. We're moving on. Okay. We got Nick Shirley exposes migrant children living in tents in Gavin Newsom's California.
¿Ustedes son de Colombia?
Sí, somos colombianos, nos gusta la música.
¿Ya cuánto tiempo ustedes llevan aquí en los Estados Unidos?
Llevo 2 años.
Cuando ustedes vinieron aquí a los Estados Unidos, ¿pensaban que iba a llegar aquí a este punto a vivir aquí en esta calle?
No, pensábamos que iba a ser una vida diferente.
O sea, vinimos a cambiar la vida. Pensaba que íbamos a cambiar nuestras vidas, no íbamos a estar así como perros, no es como estamos como perros. Porque no somos animales, somos seres humanos. Pero, coño, mira a los niños, tenemos los niños aquí, ¿ves? Una criaturita.
So here on Skid Row, we got migrants that came here from Colombia, and there's little kids here, and they live inside this tent. I imagine they didn't expect their life to be like this when they crossed over the border. ¿Ustedes pensaban que cuando cruzaron por la frontera, eso iba a ser la vida?
No.
No. Y Dylan, ¿te gusta vivir aquí en los Estados Unidos? No. Ya, entonces ustedes pasaron por mucho para llegar aquí a los Estados Unidos, claro. Y ahora está viviendo en carpas aquí en uno de los más peligrosos lugares en todo el mundo.
Sí.
¿Y tu calidad de vida?
Wasn't he raised in Chile, golf and guns? He said Nick laying down the Spanish. I think either like he and his mom, they either came from Argentina or Chile. I can't remember specifically. Mrs. Unspecified is going to look it up. Shirley, Shirley. But that's a funny little logo on his shirt there, kinda, on his sweater. I pay attention to stuff like that. No big deal. Let's see here. They lived in Chile on a missionary trip for 2 years. for about 2 years. So, I mean, he is kind of practiced in Spanish. I've watched his lives. He lays it down. Those kids aren't even their kids either. The Canuckian. Good to see you. Good to see you. Glad you're here, man. Let's all right, now buckle up. All right. Now, obviously, you guys are aware of the Olympics and all the news surrounding it, right? Mrs. Unspecified has been just wishing we could get a breakdown or break some of this symbology down. She loves that kind of stuff. We both enjoy, seeing the symbols broken down. I have a little bit of a clip here from a guy that I follow over on YouTube and over on X. His channel name is The Scariest Movie Ever. And he's an interesting guy to get to know. This is about the Olympics opening ceremony.
Hey guys, it's KJ from The Scariest Movie Ever. And we're living in really amazing times when it comes to the language of symbols, but also to the return of the ancient gods, if you will. They recently burned a statue of Baal in Iran. That's what you're looking at right here. But it's interesting living in the apocalypse where everything's being revealed, how, more and more we're hearing about these ancient gods. And I see it, I perceive it as a return of the ancient ones, the little gods, right? For such a time as this, for the end of time. Because don't forget, we also have this statue here of Molech that they put in front of a Roman Colosseum. But this is just another example of how these gods are making their appearance. Or, we could even go back to the Commonwealth Games over the last few years. And even right here, once again, we find the bull god, right? We find the bull god, Baal or Molech. We find the bull god once again.
Even Mardi Gras is along these lines. I mean, if you ever go to the parades, you see the sculpted figures and the names of the parade. They're all focused on Greek gods.
And people worshiping it. Which brings me to the 2026 Winter Olympics opening ceremony and all the symbols that I noticed within. And it's not like this is the first time, or it's uncommon for us to find occult themes and ideas and theology all within these Olympic game ceremonies, whether it's an opening or a closing. And I've been covering these for many years. You may remember this example. This is from the 2024 Olympics. Sarah came into humanity around 2020. And I have shown for many years now on one that was mirroring something that was actually happening in the real world, right? So it's just one more example of how they do this. And the reason they do this with the Olympics is because it has so many eyes on it. It can be a very powerful ritual whenever they put their rituals in there, their sorcery, there's spells, there's symbols, but they know there's a lot of eyes on these games from all around the world, right? So the more people that can take this in, the better, I believe, when it comes to these enemies. So much like the occult rituals in the past, just like the Winter Olympics 2026, it's still the same thing. And in fact, we find some symbolism in this that was so obviously satanic, and it's something that a lot of people pick. Blue star. And the upside down star, of course, is the pentagram, right? Something satanic. But the upside star is man. That represents man, right? It's like you got the two arms, the two legs, and the head. So you got man as the star. So they started this ritual off with an eye. I believe it's a blue eye representing man, okay? But as we watch and we pay attention, this light of Lucifer, right? And it touches up here. And then we see the eye change. So we see humanity, the star, get flipped upside down. Pay attention here. This is the Barcelona 1992 Olympic Games opening ceremony. And we'll see this ship right here, and it's actually floating on a sea of cells. Now look at what they're bringing into this sea of cells. Here's another really interesting sequence during the ceremony. And as you can see, we have these angels here on stage. And keeping in mind that this is an example of the fallen ones, of the fallen angels, because you got male and female down here. And most of you understand there's no reproductive organs in heaven. It's all spiritual, right? So that's something that's only reserved for this system. And here in the center, we have the male angel with the female, right? So I see this as the fallen ones, the fallen angels trapped in boxes. Now, this gets more into a lot of territory for my friend Jonathan Kleck, most certainly, as far as the angels trapped in boxes. But I think that's interesting that we have that here. All the angels trapped in these little boxes. We got the fallen angels, right, chasing the women. So we got the male and the female here. And even during this little dance routine with the male and the female, you can see this lady continues doing the darkened eye. She keeps darkening one eye. And of course, most of us know this symbolism, but interesting to see it right here during this performance with the angels, the fallen angels trapped in boxes here on the earth, chasing after females. You've got the angels here darkening an eye, right? Covering one eye. And we've seen examples of this constantly here in our system, even back to the club, with the black eyes. So, and these are occult rituals, and these are also signs of who it is that they serve, right? This is their master, the devil. And this, of course, is his domain, this flesh system that we're all in. So, but yeah, interesting we have that. As I said, you've seen the all-seeing eye symbol before, the darkening. Here's some examples. Check this out. Something else really interesting, if you pay attention right here and you take a look at that big bust, right? That big bust that's inside one of these boxes. This is actually Mithra. That's Mithra. And there's a connection with Mithra to Apollo or Apollyon, right? Or the devil. So this is just another representation. There's so many in this system, but it's always the same thing. It may come in a different form or a different name, but this is another symbol of the devil. So the devil makes his appearance here. Apollyon, Apollo, Mithra. We can even go back to the Olympic rings themselves, and this goes back to the rings of Saturn. Once again, another example of going back to that god of this world that many of these people actually support and worship. And it's not to say all these people know what's going on, but some certainly do. So we got the rings of Saturn here. There is also a lot of symbolism to do with portals during this ceremony, and here's one of them. This is the Canadians, but everybody that came into the ceremony had to walk through the portal or the golden ring, right? The ring of Saturn, portal. Every single one of them had to walk through it. And here we have the rings of Saturn separating, creating two different portals, also symbolic of fallen angels, right? Also, here's another representation of fallen angels. So we had multiple representations of fallen angels throughout this ceremony. Also, if you look at the center of the stage, it was a massive spiral, right? And it looked a lot like the spiral from The Wizard of Oz. Yeah, so even with that, there's a connection to Mikultra and to controlling one's mind, entering the portal, entering the spiral, entering another realm. So now I want to go back to the arch, right? And the arch here is featured with that pentagram during the Winter Olympics. opening ceremony and we see the fireworks in the background, it looks almost hellish, and it should be because, Apollo is also on this arch. All right, so Apollyon is also represented once again, the devil. But these arches have been around for quite some time. In fact, it goes back even to biblical times. These are also called the Arch of Baal, no matter what the new terms are. Arch of Palmyra, I believe. No, these are all arches of Baal. The Romans built them sometime between 200 and 300 AD. And several religions have used the idol's name because Baal means Lord. One example is the Babylonians referred to Baal as Marduk. In the Bible, Israel turned to the pagan god Baal and away from their one true God. Throughout the Old Testament, people made offerings, prophesied on behalf of the false god, and even erected altars to it. And, there's even scripture about that from Jeremiah 19. It says, "For they have forsaken me and made this a place of foreign gods. They have burned incense in it to gods that neither they nor their ancestors nor the kings of Judah ever knew. And they have filled this place with the blood of the innocent. They've built high places of Baal to burn their children in the fire as offerings to Baal. Something I did not command or mention, nor did it enter my mind. So beware, the days are coming, declares the Lord, when people will no longer call this place Topeth or the Valley of Ben Hinnom, but the Valley of Slaughter." And isn't it interesting that here we are, 2026, and it's the same thing. It's like Ecclesiastes tells us there's nothing new under the sun. But now with the recent file drops and all, the world is getting an eyeful of this dark reality, of who the controllers are, what the people are like at the top of the pyramid, and all that, right? So, but I wanted to bring up the arch also because if you didn't know, there's this. Just over the last few weeks, this news came out that President Trump is planning a triumphal arch, which would rise to 250 feet. Newly revealed documents show that it'll be far taller than previously understood and high enough to overshadow nearly every landmark around it. But once again, we got another arch coming in, folks, and we just saw it during a satanic ritual in the Winter Olympics opening ceremony. And now we have the arch. So once again, all these looks like he may have Apollyon on top of that arch right there too, Apollo. So once again, man, these things are coming in no matter what level of understanding any of these people have. Satan's system is being exposed, and it's really all coming out right now. So, it's a time to really open our eyes. If you weren't aware of all this, to take it in, to understand that it's all spiritual, though. Okay, that these people that run things, the top of the pyramid, are they're into the devil, man. They've made their deals. They work with each other. Many of them do. All right. So, that's the system we're in. And just keep that in mind. Well, my friends, this concludes everything I wanted to share in this particular video. Once again, we got.
That is KJ Osborne. You can find his YouTube channel, Scariest Movie Ever, on X or YouTube or Rumble or BitChute. He's over on all that. We're going to keep moving along here. And this, I just thought this kind of tied in. Somebody mentioned Bill Gates.
Bill Gates is part of a reptilian race that includes Tom Hanks and Lady Gaga.
Entertainment and information are a lot closer together than they ever have been before. There's no way to stop it.
I don't have the solution.
Come on, Bill.
Bill Gates.
Interesting. Look, man. Look, I hope you guys see this. Okay. So this dude right here, warrior poet, John Lavelle, just hear him out. This guy is great, man, for many, many reasons.
We still have arrested 0 people and indicted 0 people from Epstein's list. Why? Because everything's just sick, twisted, pedophile protection. It's terrible, unthinkable. Why isn't anyone arrested unless we're complicit? Pray for your country. Pray for your country. By the way, do you know where the most dangerous place in our country is right now? Some of you would say whatever's on the news of Detroit or Minneapolis or Chicago, you'd be wrong. The most dangerous place in the United States right now is to be a baby in their mother's womb. You have a greater than 1 in 5 chance of your mother killing you so that she can have a better future. so that she can be financially free. Over 20% likelihood she's going to kill you while you're in the womb. It's a genocide against the unborn. All under the eyes of the Lord who loves children. Our perversion, our lies as a nation, how will we escape judgment unless the church, bold, pure, and holy, stands up and calls a fallen nation to repentance? That's what we need. We need a revival. We need a reformation. And it won't happen until the church gets serious. And I know the best way to heal our nation is to heal ourselves here, and then to heal our church and our community.
Wasn't that good? How about that? The most dangerous place in America right now.
Be wrong. The most dangerous place in the United States right now is to be a baby in their mother's womb.
What does that say about the state of our nation? Think about that. Extrapolate on that as you unpack it in your head, intellectually, being honest with yourself. You know exactly. You're thinking the same thing I'm thinking. Okay? Something is still afoot, and all this other stuff distracting from the real trouble. Is that okay to say? About your country? About our country? I mean, that really puts it into perspective. That really puts it into perspective. I only have a little bit more here, but it's all good. Look at me, not sharing.
Who they come. It would be better. What Jesus says about temptation. Temptations to sin are sure to come, but woe to the one through who they come. It would be better for him if a millstone were hung around his neck and were cast into the sea that he should cause one of these little ones to sin. He's like, yeah, temptation's unavoidable for yourself, but woe to you if you lead someone else into sin. Jesus gives a strict warning to you and me. Woe to you for wanting to fulfill your sinful desires and tempting and leading someone else in it. But the second thing he says is look at the destruction of sin. Sin is far worse than someone offing themselves in the ocean. Sin brings far greater destruction than something as dangerous as tying weight to your neck and jumping in the middle of the ocean and drowning yourself. It's aggressive. Sin is dangerous. We don't want to mess with it.
Good one. This one is awesome. Okay. Hold on. Wait till you hear this.
As I was at the back of that Humvee, I prayed, God, not my will, but your will be done tonight. And folks, from that moment on, I can't even explain what happened to you, but from that moment on, at the moment that I was completely convinced that I was going to die, God once and for all dealt with that fear. For the rest of the night, I had no worries about what was going to happen to me because I realized my life was in God's hands, and all I need to do is trust him with it. But I also realized this. I realized one of two things will happen to me tonight in Mogadishu. If I survive by a miracle of God and I go back home to my family, I will be back home with my family in Georgia. But I realized that if I die on the streets of Mogadishu, Somalia, before my body hits the ground, my soul will go immediately to the presence of my Father in heaven. And I realized go home to my family in Georgia or go home to my Father in heaven. In either case, I cannot lose because of what my Savior, Jesus Christ, has done for me. That alone gave me the peace to go back and forth into those city streets repeatedly for the rest of the night. When I got back in the next morning, it wasn't really the blood and the bullet holes that had an impact on me. I'd seen that stuff before. But when I got back in the next morning, there were men, grown men, some of the toughest warriors on planet Earth, who were walking up to me with tears in their eyes saying, Jeff, I got to talk to you. Jeff, there was something different about you last night than there was about me, and I want to know what it was. And for the next 24 hours, I had guys lined up to ask me about Jesus Christ because they could see the difference that he makes when you're getting shot at and when the bullets are flying. Folks, let me tell you something. I really, really wanted to transform the world. And I thought you could do it through military prowess. I thought you could do it through national power. But I realized something in Mogadishu, Somalia. There is only one force great enough to transform the world, and it is the Holy Spirit of the living God through God's Son, Jesus Christ. But I have one challenge for you. Folks, really what I want to see are men and women who they know Jesus Christ so intimately, and he makes a difference so much in their lives that people will do to you exactly what they've done to me. They will say at your workplace or in your neighborhoods or in your families or whatever it is, they will say there's something different about you. I want to know what it is because you have something that I don't have. I'm convinced that's exactly what Jesus was calling us to do in the book of Acts, that you would live so differently, that you would transform the world wherever you go.
I'm almost done, okay? I heard something beautiful earlier, and I wanted y'all to hear it too, all right?
You know that song that goes like, my head's underwater, but what if it was a worship song?
What would I do without your kind heart, seeking me out from the very start? Can't help thinking I'd be sinking if we were apart. What was going on in my broken mind that I'd ignore you for the enemy's lies? He had my head spinning, but you jumped in and said I'd be alright. I'd be underwater with no breath inside. Thank God you said you were mine. So all of me loves all of you. I'll praise your name up to the heavens. All your infinite perfection. You gave your all for me. So I'll give my all to you. You're my end and my beginning. So even when I lose, I'm winning. You give me all of you. So I give you all of me. Oh.
Dude, John Lennon, John Lenn Music. I'm gonna have to go follow him. I was unawares until today. Okay, unawares. All right. Now we can kind of sit back, chit chat for a little bit here. Yeah, Canada did have a shooting. That is crazy. It was pretty bad from what I hear. It was pretty bad from what we hear. We're going to be praying for them. Terrible. And a lot going on right now. Between the schools, big talks. The world, you know, how do I put this? It reminds me of that song, "The World is a Vampire." You know, the world is a hibachi. It's heating up real fast. Okay, I'm doing terrible here. Thank y'all for being here and hanging out with me, Timmy. Appreciate that, Bobby. As always, Bobby Broadway. I look forward to seeing you out there on them YouTube streets, my man. Just smile and wave. What's up? Good to see you, Cheryl. He's a watch. He's dialed. I like that. I like that. Oh, man. There's a lot going on, guys. We're going to be paying attention to all of it. Please follow us over there at Still Unspecific on X if it's your thing. If it's not your thing, maybe consider clicking a subscribe. You know, if you think we earned it, maybe smash like. For all the people on the rewatch, if you wouldn't mind commenting in the doobly-doo. It helps us with the algorithm. It's a blessing to us. Comment once, comment twice. Leave a bunch of comments. It doesn't matter. No one's in there anyway. It doesn't matter. Just leave a bunch of comments. Oh, my gosh. Anti with the link right there, my friend. I'm going over and subscribing to that guy right now. Blow him up, guys. I hope that's his channel, because that was some good stuff. That was some good stuff. Daytona 500 Sunday. That's right. And you know, your boy Cletus is supposed to be racing the trucks, right? Isn't he racing the trucks in the old Daytona 500? I'm so excited for that. It's gonna be nice to have something to put on. It seems like there's a lot coming up with the weekend. There's a lot coming up with geopolitics, and like Mark Rubio said, man, the old world is gone. Those are big words, man. Big words coming across the media right now from big talking heads, big people. And I feel almost infantile covering it, you know. It feels way out of my depths, but I know that God is good and he is going to be there and help us. And I hope you guys are all going to follow along and hang out with us. And if anything is going down, which we are paying attention, okay, we are seeing every live stream that comes out of almost everywhere that we can, that we can muster. And if it's not popping off or serious enough, we don't want to waste your time. So we don't just go live for anything. But I do want to create a space where we can watch history unfold together. And Lord willing, build a community of people, like-minded or not. Hopefully we can get some folks who aren't like-minded. So if you know anybody that's not like-minded, send this link to them. And hopefully, Lord willing, we can, I don't know, show them what's going on. Yes, Kaylin. Anyway, guys, it was good to hang out with all of you. Indy is going to be doing a backstage tonight. So we may hop over there, or I may go hang out on our second channel and play some Arc Raiders with my boy, Unspecified Junior. So be looking for that. And as always, everybody, we love you. And we thank you so much for hanging out with us and being here. Look, you guys are the best. It's an honor. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out with us, and for any support. As always, any support links can be found in the description below in this video over here on YouTube. Hey, I'm glad you were part of this live, Patriot Lady, as always, Patriot Lady, and everybody. Much love. Get your fists ready. We're going to bro fist out of here. And for the folks who are members, get your cool bro fist ready. Okay? Much love, everybody. We will see you out there.